What's up guys, Blaine here. Today I'm coming at you with a video on my enhancement shaman. We just finished getting pretty much full gear outside of my trinkets here. I've got about 20% haste, which of course is going to look a little bit higher right here. Wow, we are lagging. I'm just going to pop everything and go ham. I'm going to pre-ground in case we get CC'd by anything and just try and kill them here. I'm going to wall as well. Can do just slaying absolutely everything. Nice little Voltaic Blaze into an Ice Strike into a big Frost Shock. I see the lag here is crazy on the opening fights. I don't know what's going on, but I've been getting some FPS issues. I'm hoping it's not my computer, but I suppose it could be. Big 1.1 million Frost Shock on that guy. Our opening dam was insane. 61 million damage with the Ascend. We did unfortunately get that Chain Lightning. It's a bug. I honestly don't know if Chain Lightning, if 8 Chain Lightnings went off. I'm just gonna jump on this guy here. Stuff. Hit the ground. I'm gonna reset the ground as well. Knock him low. Hit myself once. Slow lightning. Ice Strike. Go Frost Shock. Outside your Doom into windows, it's really just important at the build that I'm playing here to just prioritize Ice Strike and Frost Shocks powered by your Legacy of the Frost Witch. Storm Strike does not do that much damage, neither does Wind Fear.
Bot Rix has correctly joined the channel.
During Doom Mage, that's when you're prioritizing your Storm Strikes. I don't know how it goes in PvP, but right now, that's what I found. Is with this guy in here, it's landing the right grab, we jump on here. And with the Ice Strike, get our 10 stacks, and he's squishy. We have another seconds ready. We want to go get combat and use it. Also have a winning streak active as well. First result of Horde. They could be at farm. Looks like there's a miniature fight here. Is that just one person? A solo red paladin. Oh, there's a Frost Mage. I don't particularly want to pop on just 2 people, yeah. Let's go join the fight at... I don't know. We got that nice. I don't know where to go. No idea. But, I guess we could go try. What the? Alright, I will ground the Convoke. Alright, grounding Convoke did nothing. It's cool. Maybe just sniped it out and instantly this guy the god. Let me heal myself up a little bit here. So, once again, it's really tough. Trinkets. So, once more. I was trying not to pop on this guy, but I'll pop just a regular Doom Mage to kill him off. Real upset because why not? Let's take them all out. Swap to the Pharaoh there. Yeah, see how the Chain Lightning so the onset of Lightning Bolt? It's annoying. The reason that happens is if you have a Tempest available, the Tempest hits more than one target in PvP, it changes your Thorn's invocation. I think that's on. It changes it from Lightning Bolt to Chain Lightning, and one of the reasons that it's really bad is that in PvP, Lightning Bolt has a very large damage increase, and Chain Lightning does not. So when that bug happens, you're missing out on a lot of damage. It is unfortunate. Alright, well, we came just in time for the healer to die, so I guess we'll go... Market? Question mark? Such a waste of a glider. I don't know why I did that. If I was the enemy team, I'd definitely be going to market. Maybe I farm. Where's this priest? The priest take damage, he's behind us. I'm gonna go to rooms here. Go to the rooms for fun.
The President's back in Little Caesars does not say things like, I find my own family with pretzel crust pizza. But that cheddar cheese sauce is powerful. Buy flaming pretzel crust is back for $6.99 only at Little Caesars. Nobody would lie. Pizza, pizza.
Hi, Windwalker's popping everything on me, I promise. Oh, I should have triggered. I just stuck Claude instead. We're getting a second to reset here. Lost Corey. We will be first Corey. It's been like no combat for me to get involved in here. Just keep beating. This guy out of his own thing. We have Windwalker, very nice, very nice. Of course, I pop. Oof, another fear. I am just not on top of the triggers today. Kicked alt 10. Rogue.
Snowdrop.
This rogue. This little voltaic blaze on him. Shock. Guess what? Did he vanish or did he kill him? She's around. I'm just gonna try because I feel like this guy just. That's nice lighting holes there. This one, enhancement shaman. I feel like this is enhancement shaman identity. Since I do believe that needs to what can you do? I'm gonna go ahead and re-tremor. Re-tremor too. Double tremor down. It's one of them got him. I finally tremor to fear.
I had many lucky toes cut you right.
Big cross shock. Let's swap onto this guy. Takes more damage. Get my wolves out. He swaps. Okay. Big ice strike. Hit dependence. Alright, I don't have tremor, so I don't have to feel bad about that fear there. Purge shield.
Nullifying Shroud. Nullifying Shroud out. Transcendence.
Retrimmer right here. Pretty pop. Hit this per once.
Tips in. Nullifying Shroud out.
Dragon Rage. Precog. Trinket use.
Ring of Peace.
Pick on this page. They made it. Trimmer now. I'm not gonna kick this penance. What is that? Shield. Oh, I heard it. I heard it. I'm gonna leave them alone soon. We have 4 bases. Like, honestly, maybe keeping the healer here is working. This poor guy is 5 million HP. 5 million HP? That's so low. That's not even full last season here. I feel bad. I'll go to runes here. We'll finish off the games in runes. Why not? Don't worry, dude. I'll hex him.
My directive is to serve you.
Big eyes
Return and peruse my inventory again.
Alright, I'm really scared of Windwalker,
Helms,
so...
amulets, bracers, belts, and rings.
Yeah. We delete from afar with Descendants. We don't even move. Oh my god, Descendants is just gorgeous. I love Descendants. It's so satisfying. You know what Descendants reminds me of? So basically, if you guys have stuck around the channel a while, I used to play Enhanced Ton. And I've never really made too much enhanced content, but I actually
Healer drinking.
enhanced shamans than I do red paladins. Every expansion for some reason, aside from maybe the last enhanced content, but I actually, you guys have stuck around the channel a while. I used to play Enhanced Ton. And I've never really made too much enhanced content, but I actually have more enhanced shamans than I do red paladins. Every expansion for some reason, aside from maybe the last 2, always make level a new shaman. For some reason, shaman leveling is like my favorite thing to level, especially when it comes to expansions. I don't know, something about Wind Fury just slapping mobs is so satisfying. I do wish that, even though I think the enhancement shaman animations are gorgeous now, I still miss the old classic tornado, the Wind Fury tornado. It was so satisfying. We have time for 1 more sentence. I believe so. Let's just pop it. I know this guy. It's chain lightning, dude. Come on, it's single target. Rogue. Weak franked. 19 kills, 0 deaths. 367 million damn. I wish the lightning bolt, chain lightning thing was fixed in PvP. It should just always be lightning bolt. Yeah. Let's take a look at our average. And the average is going to be skewed lower. else and make a living going off of this. This is something that I think Blizzard intentionally changed for PvE, but didn't realize that it was actually going to hurt PvP a lot. So yeah, maybe they can make it, but for something that made it permanently single target, I don't know. Once you need a weak orb to track when you're about to send off a Tempest, and then after that you have to sacrifice one mini strike to get away. Chance to just get If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free
chances to pull a legendary canyon. Druid. Wow, she looks like a badass. Let's see if I can pull another legendary.
Wiener size. For a year ago, I had you in your class choice for Vanilla Classic. People have requested the same thing for BC, so I've returned now at the turn of the tides. I'll tell you right now though, it'll be a tougher choice. These classes all have roles as they're doing Vanilla. It's not as extreme, and disparities between them are lessened. There's not a clear-cut one for tanking or healing. No more quote useless specs that have been weaned out of meta and Vanilla. Just through damage, healing, or damage mitigation. As you'll see, there are a bunch of these little buffs and debuffs that Warren's bringing in using one of these specs along to the raid. It's a little unique in their own right, but they're much more competitive. Just as the point of that Shadow Priest and so much use in the classic rating, I'll rejoice in the fact that they're quite important for BC. The priests have their time in the spotlight, and was upset at the overpowered nature of multiple Frost Mages. Just as upset because honestly, they're pretty crazy in BC too. People think Burning Crusade, features such as Arena, the biggest change from PvP and how these classes evolved. And the goal of this video is to explain to you in what ways they have, what makes them mad, and so on. It's still the early stages of design. As you'll see, there's still a lot of fun classes in PvP, but still lots of evolution across the board. Something we have to address first, and I'll mention this throughout the video, is that these classes are heavily affected by some of the more broad sweeping changes to the PvE and PvP scene in BC. For example, the raids are reduced to 25-man, weekly slots are increased from 16 to 40, where you have much more freedom in applying debuffs and dance to classes. Who's rated in Vanilla, most encounters to
Healer drinking.
Priest, Shadow, or Pain, and certain items are frowned upon because they take critical debuff slots. So, due to this decreased raid size and increased debuff cap, you have way more freedom to actually play your class in BC. This opens up the door to warlocks using dots, feral druids using Blitz, and much more. And speaking of freedom, you see support for each spec, not only through class balance, but also through optimization. So like vanilla, well, the armor sets were all designed for just one spec per class. For example, every tier set for warriors was designed around tanking. DPS warriors had to get a random mishmash of offset pieces to
Healer drinking.
So the Burning Crusade is when they added multiple versions of tier sets for each and every spec, the appropriate stats, and also set bonuses, both PvE and PvP. The raiding scene, mainly in general, have a tougher time as they have more cleaves and AoEs to dodge. I think this has always been the case with the game to some extent, but BC has the reputation of being pretty unfriendly to melee classes in particular, so something to keep in mind.
Cannot these guys get inside you? We have to defend our base. Okay, this is gonna be close. We need at least 10 gold. They're getting so close to the base. Okay, you know what? 5 will do. Let's build the Archer Tower. There we go. The defense looking good. Nice. Wait, they're coming from the right side as well. There we go. Penetrating. Okay, let's build the second Archer Tower. There we go. The walls are up. Nice. Okay, the boss is approaching. We need some golds here. The 15 should do. Let's build another Archer Tower. Nice. There we go. Now they're getting triple penetrated. Look at all the golds coming in. And the boss is out as well. Okay, can we build the fourth wall? It's gonna require a lot of gold, so let's defend. This is King Shot, and it's completely free to play. Just tap it, download now.
Icy veins. Explosive shot. True shot. Bust. Power infusion. Explosive shot. Reflect. True shot. Explosive shot. Trinket used. Kill tide. Beam. Explosive shot. Trinket used. Zoo. Incarn. Kill grounding. Incarn. Explosive shot. Kick ray. Smash. Kill grounding. Trinket used. Explosive shot. True shot. Explosive shot. Beam. Incarn. Kill grounding. Reflect. Kill grounding. Explosive shot. Precog. Trinket used. Explosive shot. True shot. Smash. Icy veins. Hunt. Beam. Kill grounding. Explosive shot. Trinket used. Kill tide. Explosive shot. Trinket used. Kick ray. Trinket used. Icy veins. Smash. Explosive shot. Explosive shot. True shot. Trinket used. Explosive shot. Explosive shot. Explosive shot. Trinket used. Explosive shot. Beam. Explosive shot. Hunt. Icy veins. Trinket used. Explosive shot. Bust. True shot. Power infusion. Incarn. Trinket used. Precog. Power infusion. Trinket used. Explosive shot. True shot. Explosive shot. Surge. Trinket used. Incarn. Explosive shot. Icy veins. True shot. Explosive shot. Smash. Explosive shot. Kill grounding. Zoo. Beam. Kill tide. Explosive shot. Kill grounding. Kill grounding. Hunt. Explosive shot. Trinket used. Explosive shot. Trinket used. Icy veins. True shot. Trinket used. Trinket used. Explosive shot. Trinket used. Wings. Explosive shot. Trinket used. Surge. Incarn. Trinket used.
My god, what is killing me, dude?
Explosive shot. Trinket used. Icy veins. True shot. Trinket used. Surge. Trinket used. Trinket used.
Oh, that's so fucking lame. I was trying to fix my shit. Shit's gonna explode. We're fucking enhanced, man. 20. Really? Anyone even play RPGs anymore? I feel like they don't. Devs out there? Oh, we're on the Blitz. Do we make it a shaman? What do I want to do? Do I want to make a tune on here? Do I want to get on classic? Do I want to keep farming honor? Do I want to make a dev? I don't wanna do. I don't know. my god. Oh, that's right, it's...
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles, like you. Many farewells.
Oh. Oh, I like this so much more. Oh, this is before any talents. This feels good. I like the way this feels. Totemic, Stormbreakers. Totemic, Stormbreakers. Totemic, Stormbreakers. Totemic. Current states. Starting off, we have Totemic, which grants a slightly more consistent direct and AoE damage. This is primarily focuses on Surging Totem. We can place down for some AoE damage from its Tremor effect. Further, in the tree, we have some talents that require a bit more explanation in terms of how to maximize their effects. Totemic Rebound occasionally buffs Surging Totem from a few of our primary damaging spells. This will proc a Surge Bolt to buff your Surging Totem damage. Summons a totem at the target location. It creates a tremor immediately in every 6 seconds. Requires some slight ramp up to build Maelstrom stacks to benefit out of Tempest, which forces us to select talent like Doomwinds to generate Maelstrom stacks slightly faster. Now we have some talents further down the tree to help make this build feel more fluid for rotation. Every 40 Maelstrom weapon stack spent replaces your next lightning bolt with Tempest. This pulls down a tremendous lightning strike that deals is different. Of course, it says to select talents like Doom Winds, generate. Where is Doom Winds? Where is it? Oh, Doom Winds. Oh, you get it on there too. Huh, interesting. You get Sunder? No, you don't. Interesting. Thunder. Okay. Are we sundering or are we... You know what I mean? That's when you don't get crushing... What is it called? Crash lightning? Interesting. Do with this one? Which one's better? This guide is trash. It isn't. We don't have red lighting. Anyway. I don't fucking follow icy veins, dude. It's seeming like Totemic is the fucking play.
Victory!
What's up, guys? Wayne here. Today I'm
even mix of haste and mastery. Try to keep a bit of PvP. Hey guys, what's going on? This is going to be my War Within Season 2 Enhancement PvP guide for both Totemic and Stormbringer. If you haven't been to my channel before, I do a bit of PvP and I also do a lot of PvE. I've hit Gladiator and Shadowlands, and I usually get 2400 in Solo Shuffle each season as enhancement. So I'd say I'm about an average shaman for PvP. But anyways, let's get into this. I'm going to go over stats what pieces of tier you want, some enchants, gems, and rotation and talents. And do this as quick as possible so that way we can get ourselves into the arenas and into it. So let's start with stats. So I personally like to do a nice even mix of haste and mastery, try to keep them somewhat even. If you're going to be playing Stormbringer, I do know Stormbringer does prefer a bit more haste, and if you're playing Totemic, Totemic prefers a bit more mastery. So if you want to play Totemic, you're more than welcome to funnel everything into mastery. That allows you to hit really hard lava lashes, really hard LE blasts and stuff like that. And for haste, it would increase the amount of lava lashes you get in your hot hands windows, which is pretty good because lava lash is going to be doing a significant amount of your damage. And as for Stormbringer, you can go into full mastery if you wish. It's just not as good because one, you're going to be aiming for those giant tempests with mastery build, but the big benefactor of Stormbringer is your Ascendance window, and you want to hit as many wind strikes as possible during that, so that's why it likes haste a lot more. But then, as per usual, versatility is third, and then crit is just useless. So yeah, my opinion, I always go with an even split, but again, you can go into whichever one you want, and you'll do just fine. There isn't like a huge difference, so feel free to pick whatever stat you want. As for tier pieces, I went with helmet, shoulders, chest, and gloves. Reason why is because the pants have crit first, which is just about useless. And then for our gem, so right now I am using the gem where it gives you the determined one, where it gives you basically extra damage after you get some form of CC effect on you. So if you're getting slowed and stuff, you're constantly stacking up, and it seems to be doing pretty well. The other one you can go with is the damage reduction one, where you just take less damage while you're in a stun, which is... I don't have it. Yes, Enduring Bloodstone right there. So you take 5% reduced damage while affected by crowd control. So that's usually like stuns or any form of CC, not roots and stuff. So it's like hard CC, I believe. So if you want to, you can go with that if you find yourself falling over a lot. And then as for gems, I'd go with whatever stat you want to mass first, and then with versatility. Or if you're like me, I would just fill it up with either haste or mastery, depending on which one you need more. So if I had extra slots right now, I would probably fit them in with haste. Haste first, so that way I get a bit more. And then enchants on my rings, I did versatility. You could go with mastery or haste if you want to, if you find your versatility is a bit too high. But lately, I like to just go with a nice even split between them all. For weapons, I go with Authority of Radiant Power on both of them, but it is possible to do Depths or Stonebound, I believe, for the Mastery Pock. Depths is pretty good for single target damage. It actually does apply it quite a lot, so feel free to do that. But yeah, that's basically it for the gear, I think. So just to reiterate, haste mastery, grab whichever enduring or determined gem you want, and then fill in your sockets with whichever gem is more beneficial to you. If you want the even split, put in the lower stat that you have with versatility. And if you wanted haste versus weapons, you would have to buy them from the blood token vendor for PvP. Or world PvP, I guess. Alrighty, let's get into the town. So first we're going to start off with Totemic. Totemic, this is going to be your base build. You run elemental spirits. You probably don't know, you probably want to run regular feral spirits, but the reason why you don't is because regular feral spirits is actually nerfed. Instead of giving 15% physical damage, it only gives you 10% physical damage. Or not 10, sorry, 5%. So it's much worse than elemental spirits. On top of that, elemental spirits is going to give you a bit of elemental damage, making your elemental blast bigger and your primordial storm bigger as well. So those are the big reasons. So a lot of your damage is going to come from lava lash, hailstorm combos, and then your big nuke is going to be primordial storm with doom winds up with a big LE blast afterwards. So let's get into how we're going to do that. So we have one target here. we basically want to start with dropping our totem. This is going to be like basically perfect opener type of thing. So you're going to drop your totem, you're going to flame shock, you're going to feral spirits, you're going to primordial wave into a doom winds, into an ice strike to build up. You want 10, and then primordial storm with that massive hit, and then smash as many lava lashes as possible. I did forget my PvP talents, but we'll go over that in just a second. So that is the main way to work with this build. Also, make sure your imbuements are on, as I just failed to do that because I just swapped into this gear. So that's mainly how you're going to do it, and we'll go over it once again in just a minute once things come off cooldown. But for PvP talents, for Totemic specifically, I go with Shamanism, and then we take Totem of Wrath, and then Grounding Totem is swappable with Burrow or Static Field based on what you are fighting. If you are fighting like a double melee comp, for instance, DK Warrior or Hero Cleave or, you know, Windwalker Warrior, I'd definitely go with Burrow. But if you're feeling a bit more risky and want to go for a bit heavier damage, you can go with Counter-Strike. It's easily killed, right? So you won't get a huge amount out of it if it's instantly killed. But that's basically it. Stormweaver is pretty good and does give you a bit of healing, but it's not worth taking over Burrow, in my opinion, against melees or Grounding Totem against casters. So just to quickly showcase the damage once again, Totemic. We drop our totem, we flame shock, we feral spirits, we primordial wave, we want to ice strike, doom winds, primordial storm, and then we lava lash as much as possible. As soon as we hit 10 stacks, we want to elemental blast and get some big damage. So that's the big thing, is you can just see the amount of damage you get for how little you do, and these burst combos come up whenever. So always try to combo feral spirits with your primordial wave if you can fit it in. It should come up just in time. And then the same goes for these two. Always combo these with feral spirits because it's just an extra boost of damage. It's very simple to follow that too. So it should come up fairly quick. But yeah, anyways, let's get on to Stormbringer, the easier build and the build I've had more success with, but Totemic seems to be the one that everybody is running and having success with as well, but this build is much easier to follow along. So for this one, we focus more on Stormstrike, taking Crash Lightning as well with Ascendance. You can take Root of Elements, but you're taking a risk at not getting a proc of Ascendance versus guaranteeing a proc, but you are a bit more unpredictable with this, meaning you could catch somebody off guard without like a defensive or something. So it is kind of useful to run it, but at the same time there's no proc protection, so you might not even get a proc the entire arena, even if it's like 10 minutes long. But we take Voltic Blaze because we're spamming Lightning Bolt and Tempest and Chain Lightning all the time. This is proccing a significant amount. This just adds in a nice cleave, a little bit of Maelstrom generation from far away, and applying Flame Shock for a high amount of damage. And then we have Ice Strike and Hailstorm here, mainly because we want our slow. So Ice Strike is going to add a 60% slow, and then Hailstorm is just going to add a extra slow but deal quite a bit of damage. These usually hit for about 1 million if you combo it with Ice Strike right after you get a Frost Switch proc. So it does hit pretty hard and it is worth pressing. And it also might generate you a bit of Maelstrom if you're lucky. But onto the hero talent. So you can take Lightning Conduit if you want. It's a bit more of a random speed boost. I personally go with Electroshock just because after a Tempest, I want to make sure I catch up to the person. So this works out pretty well. Just gives you a big burst of movement after you Tempest. And then this one here is a choice for, it's a personal opinion. Some people go with Tempest or Stormswell, sorry. For the bigger mastery buff. So this increases your big burst. Essentially, after you Tempest, you gain a big heavy buff of mastery. But I like Supercharge because it allows you to cast more lightning bolts, and it basically gets you more Tempest faster. But at the same time, if you're getting kited into oblivion because you're slow and you're an enhancement and you can't catch your target, which wouldn't be a surprise, this kind of gives you a bit of extra chance to get some Maelstrom from far away. So every time you lightning bolt, you have a chance to gain a few stacks back. And then Nature's Protection is usually a go-to for me, but Surging Currents does mix very well with our other talent, Stormweaver. It just allows you to give that big burst of healing surge. So it does come down to a personal opinion. So with Stormbringer though, you can swap into Burrow and run double, or you can swap into Stormweaver like I said, and then take Surging Currents and apply a big heal. Now, Surging Currents does work better with pet classes, so if you're fighting like a Warlock or a BM Hunter or an Unholy DK, Surging Currents does work very well because it'll give you stacks up to 100% if it hits multiple targets rather than just one singular target, so you get it much faster. But yeah, it's about the same, and then you can swap into Counter-Strike, Burrow, Stormweaver, or Static Field based on what you're fighting. I typically recommend Burrow though because it gives you a bit of movement speed. On top of that, it's an extra defensive that you need. So let's get into how you play it. This is so much easier than Totemic, so you'll probably be a bit shocked, but maybe not. But anyways, in your opener, you want to just open up with a Flame Shock, and again, this is going to be basically if you're perfect, or like your perfect opener. So Flame Shock, Feral Spirits, Bloodlust, Doom Winds, Ascendance, and then you just spam Wind Strike as much as possible. And you want a Tempest tracker, so that way when you get Tempest, you can just pop Tempest with a big hit. You want to use it with 10 stacks because you get more value out of it. It gives you a much bigger hit because during Ascendance, you're only spending 5 Maelstrom per ability. So you can see here, now we're outside, so we just want to be doing roughly the same thing. You just want to Storm Strike as much as possible, get your generation going, and do some big damage. That's about it. It's much easier to follow this build than it is Totemic. And this build also, I find, gives better damage from afar. Like, I can just keep casting and not worry about it, and you have a chance to generate Maelstrom a whole lot more. But that's why I've had more success with this build. But on to the actual utility and totems of enhancement, or shamans in general. So in a minute I will go over a video, but to start off with, we have Tremor Totem. This gets you out of any fear, sleep, or charm. So if you're fighting a Warlock, this is very useful, or Priest, or anything like that. If you see fear going out, drop this and it'll break your teammate out. If your teammate is far away from you, or they're on the other side of a pillar, it will actually work, but you have to be within 40 yards of them. If you're not, then drop it and move it with your Totemic Projection. This button is like god tier for shamans. The other one is going to be Grounding Totem. This soaks up any ability within 3 seconds. Now, it can actually soak multiple abilities. It only goes away once it's been hit. And when I say it's been hit, it's either been attacked initially, or the spell it grounded finally hits it. So once that spell hits it and kills it, it'll stop redirecting all the abilities. But let's say, for instance, a Warlock casts a Chaos Bolt and a Mage casts a Glacial Spike, it'll soak both of those at the exact same time. So just keep an eye on it, but people do tend to take it out really, really fast, but it is very useful. The other one is going to be Capacitor Totem. This one is our stun, so a good way to use it is to drop it in behind a wall and then move it onto your targets. Now, I run double cap totem. This allows it to respawn if it's been killed or after it uses. It basically just initiates another cap totem and allows it. Don't use this if you have like a rogue or something on your team because you want to let them do all the stunning. Healing Stream Totem you want to keep down as much as possible. Just use it on cooldown if you can remember. It's a very good habit to get into because they did buff Healing Stream recently, and it's just passive healing that is useful. Other than that, keep your shields up, use your utility, make sure it's going, I like, hopefully it's going the best. As for defensives, you have Astral Shift, you have Stone Bulwark, and you have Burrow if you take it. Astral Shift should always be first. This allows you to stay aggressive if needed, and you don't have to basically back off too much. You get a big boost. You can take Astral Bulwark, but that increases the cooldown to 2 minutes, but gives you a bit more damage reduction. So if you're fighting like an extremely high burst, like Sub Rogue Unholy DK or something, some abomination like that with high burst, like if maybe a Frost DK even, you could take this and it would work out better and it would line up. As for Stone Bulwark, you can drop this and it can actually be purged off. So keep an eye out for that, and it is a 3-minute cooldown. But if you keep it near you, it constantly keeps giving you a shield every 5 seconds. Other than that, Burrow just makes you immune and fast, so use that up if you ever need to. But yeah, it makes you immune, but not immune to dots, so you can die to dots. So make sure you're near your healer as fast as possible if you're really low. Now, on to the way to use your utility or your totems to catch your enemies. And we're going to do this with a 2v2 match. And a 2v2 match is actually a good place to practice your mobility skills and stuff like that, so that way you can get used to it all. Anyways, let's move on to that. Okay, so to kind of help me explain what I'm talking about when I say totem uses to help you catch your enemy and, you know, enhance your mobility in a sense, this arena is what I did in 2v2s on one of my streams. It basically, you know, we're fighting a BM hunter, and I think everybody knows BM hunters are quite mobile and hard to catch. So at the start here, I saw him go stealth, so I kind of have a, you know, somewhat of an idea of where he's going to be. So I go ahead and use Root Totem to grab him out of stealth. And now he's moving away from me, I'm slowed. So I go ahead and drop a Cap Totem to where I think he's going. So that way I can stun him and finish off catching up to him. So now he disengages, so I drop a Cage Totem to make sure he can't get too far away from me. Because when they disengage, they get a big burst of movement speed, and they cannot be slowed. So it's definitely helpful in that sense. So you start putting a lot of pressure, and he can't quite get away from me. Now I get concussed, so I go ahead and use Spirit Walk to remove it, so that way I can stick to him. All this time I'm trying to use Frost Shock as much as I can, try to keep it active. There I made a mistake of dropping a Earth Grab because he dropped his Tar Trap, so I used Earth Grab to try and keep him there with me, but he ends up disengaging right there. I should have waited a couple seconds to drop the Earth Grab to where he was disengaging too, so I could stop him and catch up and not have to burn 2 movements. So you can see I'm able to connect. He's walking through his Tar Trap, and he disengages out a little bit more, so I drop a Root Totem, and I'm able to get both him and the Priest. And then I drop a Cap Totem to make sure I get a double stun, because the Priest can't move because he's rooted. And then we're able to fully connect here, putting a lot of pressure on him. At the same time, you can also use your Root Totem to get pets off of you. So if you're fighting like a Demo Lock or a Unholy DK, you can use the Root Totem to your advantage by either dropping the Root Totem and walking through it so all the pets get rooted, or drop the Root Totem directly on the pets and then move it to your enemy. It's up to you on how you want to work with it, but the best time to do that is usually when like a Warlock pops Dreadstalkers or something like that, or summons his extra Felguard. But here, I saw the Hunter, he was moving pretty fast, so I dropped a Cage Totem to lock him down and keep him on top. And now here he kind of goes weird and stops trying to kite me, so I'm just able to fully connect on him and take him out of the equation. Very interesting, but that's one way you can use your totems. And apologies about the quality, but it is what it is from stream. So using those, and you can also use Lasso as well. The problem with Lasso is you can be interrupted, so if you get like stunned or something, it knocks them out of the stun as well, but it's still useful. And it is channeled, so you can move and cast while using it. But yeah, so hopefully that helps explain a bit on how to use your totems, so you can use them to grab pets, stop your enemy from getting away, and use your Cap Totem and move it with your Totemic Projection as well to get the stun. I'm also running double Cap Totem, so it does help out with that effect. As you could see in one of the parts here, you'll see here where it goes off and then it comes back up. So that way, if it does get killed, you still do have a chance to get another stun. It's just you won't get that double stun. So right here, he'll disengage out and move towards his priest. And then I will drop a root totem. And here I will drop my cap totem on both of them. You can also drop it far away, and you'll see it get the stun. And then it'll appear again and stun again. That's one of the uses of double cap totem, is they have to kill both of them, or they get double stun no matter what. So yeah, but anyways guys, that is it for my guides. I have had most success with Stormbringer, but I have seen majority of people have success with toteming. So it ends up being what you prefer in the playstyle, and recently Stormbringer has been seeing some buffs and still getting buffs to this day. So we'll see how the meta changes. But yeah, I wish you guys all the best of luck with your enhancement shaman PvPing, because it is an uphill battle, but I
So, okay. Oh, that's not even close. So we want haste. Dude, why can't it let me do both? What is going on?
Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
Okay, it does.
To reclaim our legacy, we Aspects must restore the powers we relinquished to defeat Deathwing. Within the depths of Uldaman lies a vault that holds a disc of Keeper Tyr's memories. Find that disc and bring it back to me. It may contain the knowledge we need to regain our strength.
Fuck?
What's this? Intruders here to take our riches, I bet! Have we found any riches? We've been digging down here so long, I can't even think straight.
No one steals from us! Time to teach these lunkheads a lesson!
Charging. Move.
Now the party's starting! Here we go! Take my shield! Time to move this thingy! Now the party's starting! Here we go! Okay, we give up. You know, I think that tussle actually helped clear my head. Much obliged, strangers. We'll lend you a hand after we get our bearings. Roma, the chief here, gonna smash you! Frogs, fight for your chief!
Watch your step. Attack totem.
Roma always wins! Nice work! That frog has been a real pest.
We know how to open the door, but that ugly rockhead always kept us out.
Want to see something nifty? What's this? That did it! Now let's see what we can find inside!
Tears marvelous mustache! Another locked door!
Leave this to me! Steel charge! Oh, my head! There, at least this halt!
The unworthy will not enter, but his secrets will be protected!
Knocking back. Knocking back.
Memories are not for you! Some kind of library! Hey, what now? All right.
Crowd control.
Maybe we can find a few treasure maps. We'll have a look while you go on ahead.
Crowd control. Crowd control.
Purging protocols activated. Target acquired.
Thank God, this class sucks if you don't get procs.
Target acquired. System shut down.
Whoa! Look at all of this stuff! The heroes. You can keep searching for whatever it is you folks are after. Yeah! We're calling dibs on this room! Same crowd!
Crowd control. Crowd control.
What have we here? Alexstrasza's lapdogs, I suspect. I fear I will have to deny your queen her prize. The disc you seek will be mine. This disc may hold the secret to the aspects regaining their power, and we cannot allow that to happen. Now the disc is lost to time, just as you are about to be. In all timelines, you failed to stop me.
Nothing back.
Losses
back.
The sand
Watch your feet.
from this timeline. Can you feel your fate closing in? Your efforts are impressive, but in vain. The timelines are converging. There will be only one aspect, and Murasang shall be infinite!
A gust of wind hurls you forward.
Any lucky doos you like? Well, get it.
Whenever you spin Maelstrom weapon, your Frost Shock has a chance to become an Ice Strike. Strike your target with an Icy Blade, dealing frost damage, snaring them by 50%. Ice Strike increases the damage of your next Frost Shock by 100% and generates 1 stack of Maelstrom. Oh, so just... Oh, it's becoming more fluid.
Who's stealing our meat?
Keep the balance preserved.
Have many, many wares. May your feet find good trails. Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
Now I have a story.
Here, come for us, meat thieves. We ripped you apart. What you waiting for? Bring us meat thieves.
we rip you apart! I take stolen meat from your bones! Water! Bakes our meat! measure your strength myself! Everything rots away in the end. I control the king. Reclaim everything. I will wither this world and eat its bones. Your corpses will spread the rot.
Watch your step.
Power obeys me!
Attack totem.
Now, I will not lose more. The rot will come for you. And I will claim your withered bones, your homes, everything. I have any lucky doos you like. Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels. I have nothing. Wonder. Many deals for a friend of the Grummels, like you. May your feet find good trails. I I have many, many wares. Good fortune to our friends.
God. I could. Yeah, it's not even that big of a deal. This is better. Like, what? And Cap Totem is obviously gonna be fucking Earth Elemental. And then Storm Strike, Ice Strike, Lava Lash, have a 100% chance to discharge. Well, I mean, that makes sense the more I think about it, because like later on you're gonna want to spam. Yeah, that's, dude, what? Yeah, what the fuck, dude? That make no fucking damn sense. And then Sunner's like, all right, so this, this, this. Wait, I'm confused. What is it supposed to do? Storm Strike, Ice Strike, and Lava Lash have a 100% chance to discharge electricity at your target dealing. Oh, it's just doing it? Wait. Oh, Tempest Strike. Okay. So it's more consistent damage. Storm Strike, Ice Strike, Lava Lash. Okay. Hailstorm. Each stack of Maelstrom weapon consumed increases the damage of your next Frost Shock by 15% and causes your next Frost Shock to hit one additional target per Maelstrom. 5. Okay. Crush Lightning. Mercury. Storm Strike has a chance to strike the target an additional time for 40% of the normal damage. Damn right. Blast has... Or Storm Strike has an additional charge. Storm Surge also causes your... Storm Surge? What is that? Wrath. Increase the chance of your mastering his. Trigger Wind Fury and Storm Surge by 150%. Oh, wait, is that my mastery? Okay. Increase the chance for mastery and hit. Trigger Wind Fury and Storm Surge by 150%. Okay. So it's just more damage for the Storm Strikes. Storm Strike is gonna be my big hit button. My main, like, builder. Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning. Oh, Voltic Blaze. Instantly shock the target and 5 nearby enemies with blazing thunder, causing applying flame shock. Variance 1 stack of Maelstrom. Converging storms. Each target hit by crash lightning increases the damage of your next storm strike by 20%. Just buffing Storm Strike like crazy. Okay. Barrel Spirit. Summon 2 spirit wolves that aid you in battle for 15 seconds. You're immune to movement pairing effects. In each feral zone, to increase physical damage dealt by your abilities. Feral stack of Maelstrom melee and 1 stack every 3 seconds. That's the big boy. Storm strike damage is increased by 10%, and storm strike, lava lash, and ice strike have a chance to generate 1 stack of maelstrom. Jesus. Legacy of the Frost Witch. Consuming 10 stacks of maelstrom. The cooldown of storm strike and increase it. So this is all designed for me to literally spam storm strike. Okay. What does this do? 10% chance to refill maelstrom. Lightning bolt or chain lightning. Ram's Invocation. Increase the damage of lightning bolt and chain lightning by 20%. Reduces the cooldown of Ascendance by 60 seconds and causes deeply rooted elements to last 2 seconds longer. While Ascendance is active, Wind Strike consumes up to 5 maelstrom. Fuck it. We go to bed now. I'm pissed. I need to fucking agree.